What's up, everybody? This is the Digital World Podcast. We're going to quickly review what Jeremy Hogan had to say in his tweet. Now, he says, well. Now we know exactly what documents the SEC is nervous about Ripple seeing. SEC quotes, the requested Bitcoin and Ether documents are not relevant. So the translation here, the Bitcoin and Ether docs are not only relevant but probably damning, guaranteed. So Ripple filed the Freedom of Information Act to see how Ethereum and Bitcoin were classified, how the SEC came to the conclusion that they were non-securities, and so the SEC is basically saying that it's not relevant. There's no need for these Bitcoin and Ether docs. And so, what are they trying to hide here, huh? I don't know. But it's very interesting what what the SEC is trying to hide. And he says here, both parties are nervous about providing their relevant records. I think I conjectured why. BG and CO don't want the SEC, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson don't want the SEC to see their financial records before. So that's interesting. But anyways, regardless, I think that this is a very interesting situation here if the SEC doesn't want to show those documents. But, you know, we'll see more and more as this unravels. Now, Digital Asset Investor posted something very interesting. He said, according to the SEC, any information regarding how they gave the Ethereum fundraiser a free pass is not relevant to now going after Ripple. Huh? So I think that's interesting. Let's actually watch this video because it's very important to watch.
Okay, so I'll talk a bit about the funding model. So we will have a fundraiser for 2 months starting February 1st. It will be available at funds.ethereum.org. So part of the initial issuance will be 1,000 Ether for 1 Bitcoin, or up to 2,000 Ether for 1 Bitcoin if you get in early to compensate for the increased risk. So the issuance model is that we will fundraise. Suppose that we hand out X Ether through the fundraiser, then there will be about 0.5x will be pre-mined, and then 0.4x after that will be mined per year forever.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically what he said. How did the SEC give Ethereum a free pass with its fundraiser? You know, and it's considered a non-security. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of evidence against the SEC, but we'll see how this plays out. There doesn't seem to be a strong case for the SEC against Ripple, and I do believe that we need regulatory clarity. I think that's if XRP, and this is my opinion, and many may not be in accordance with that, and that's okay. But I think there needs to be some kind of regulatory clarity in order for XRP to shoot up to $10 or past that, because then that would encompass $500 billion in market cap, or about that, approximately $500 billion. And so I think that there's a lot of stuff that needs to happen, unless there's a huge inflow of money coming from the traditional markets into the cryptocurrency markets, which then that's a possibility. That is a big possibility. However, we have to keep all options open, and we'll see. We'll see. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take this as financial advice. I'm not a technical analyst at all. I'm just saying my opinions here. Okay? So that's why you got to know what you own, because it doesn't matter when it goes up or when it goes down. If you know what you own and you know the utility it brings, you can wait as long as you need to for that investment to go up. Okay? And so it's about managing your investments. That's what it is. You buy low, you sell high. When it's cheap, that's when you buy. And when it's overbought, that's when you sell. Okay? Now, Digital Asset Investor also posted another video from Greg Kidd about him talking about the lawsuit. Take a listen.
Well, I saw in the lawsuit that the defense of the SEC against the XRP holders that are litigating over the damage that they're doing is the SEC's defense is that, like, hey, it's not clear that Ripple's a security, so, like, why are you suing us? And yet at the same time they're suing Ripple, saying you should have known 7 years ago that it's a security. And so, okay, only one of those statements can be true in a world of physics that I understand. But, or maybe one of those arguments you can make on Tuesdays as long as you can make the other argument on Thursdays. And so it will be interesting to see how it comes out. But look, like, I'm not here to rag on the SEC. I want the SEC to be a strong SEC, but I want it to do rulemaking, not like a lottery of enforcement on, an action that you file on the last day of your administration, then you and the whole crew behind it bugger off and you hand it off to, like, some other crew. That's just, that's like a lottery approach to like regulation. And look, that's not going to help with what the mission is. If you believe the mission is to protect investors, raise capital, promote efficiency, liquidity, transparency in the market, none of those things are happening from the way that the SEC behaved in 2020. But look, 2021 is a new year. They might simply say, hey, look, oops. What we really need is transparency. We need these rules. Like, all they need to do is do their job, rulemaking. We're not here to question their authority. We want them to have authority. We want good rules. We want regulation. And this process may result in that. That's what I'm hoping for. But
I think that ending was very insightful because he says, oh, maybe this year they might be like, oops, like as if it were a mistake to file a lawsuit, and maybe they just wanted more transparency. However, I know that Ripple has been working with regulators from the beginning, so I don't know how much more transparent they can be. Maybe there's something we don't know, but I think he knows a lot more than we do, of course, and we're trying to get all the crumbs and piece them together. But yeah, it could be that this year we find out, and it could be, I know Jeremy Hogan, the lawyer, has said that he could see this case closing by end of year. And so it'd be interesting to take notice of that. And if this video by Ripple Kid that Digital Asset Investor posted, and thanks to him for posting it, will be something we'll be looking back on and saying, well, he did say that, maybe the SEC says that they just want more transparency and that this lawsuit was not entirely what it seemed to be in the beginning. So we'll see, and time will tell. Now, Will Circle posted this. I'll give him a follow. He said, it's easy to look like a stock guru when almost every asset is in an uptrend fueled by stimulus and greed. Only when this tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked. Warren Buffett. And that's a very true quote. So, like I always say, know what you own. Okay? It's all about knowing how to manage your investment. Another interesting thing is XRP Wavewriter. Give him a follow. He said they want retail to not participate, referring to XRP. This lawsuit is all a part of the plan to drive out retail. Okay? So it's not meant for us, and I'll play it again. Many community members have been sharing this, but it's good to reiterate the fact.
To Dilip, this question comes from the audience. Many people are using cryptos just to buy and sell and make quick gains out of it. Does it hurt the growth of cryptocurrencies, that usage for a quick buck?
So, I mean, it's kind of chicken and egg. You have to create a marketplace. And right now, we have about 150, 200 exchanges around the world that trade in XRP. A lot of it, as you say, is very shallow trading by individuals. And that is not the use case that we are pursuing. What we are pursuing is the use of XRP as a financial asset by sophisticated institutions as a bridging mechanism. So does this hurt or harm? Well, it creates a lot of noise, and we certainly don't want that much noise. But we're waiting. And for example, this last quarter, the bulk of XRP sales were to institutional investors. And as this transitions away from retail to institutions who start to use it for wholesale, financial usage, that's when the turning point.
And so the turning point is underway. Make no mistake about it. And that's why I do believe that, XRP going to $10 will definitely, and I posted a tweet about it. I said if XRP goes to $10, it would cause a lot of commotion. And its market cap would be $500 billion. And so I really think, in my personal opinion, like I said, it's not financial advice, that there has to be regulatory clarity, and its utility and use case will be brought to the forefront. And that's my opinion. And he says we don't want that much noise. We don't want to create that much noise. And he says we're turning to institutional investors, payment providers. And here Coindesk put this article, Ripple to its role for XRP in central bank digital currency white paper, which I've shown a thread about it. And you can see here some of the use cases. If you want, you can go ahead and read it, but just thought I'd show that to you. Hope this episode has brought you some value. Like and subscribe. And know that regulatory is underway and the turning point has begun. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.